Hey guys, I understand I haven't made some art related videos in a while, so that's why I just wanted to take a quick moment to show off some of the ceramics pieces that I've made in the past. I think my most recent one is this. I'm covering up my name that I wrote on the bottom here, but it's Sky Tower from Pokemon Emerald. I I made this as a tribute to Pokemon's 30th anniversary on February 27th, 2026. I know it's not that time yet, but I just wanted to put this out on YouTube, see what people thought about it, and it's not just an art piece either. It's a it's functional also. Little Pokeball on the top. It's like a little handle for the lid. But I also keep my my game cards in here. My book light, so I could read my many books. And see, energies. My trainer and item cards. My second team and my main team here. So that's all I keep in there. Not very much. I'm gonna put the lid back on. Along with the Sky Tower build, I also made this to Rayquaza head. I know it's not that good, but the best I could do. I thought it turned out really nice. It kind of looks like those old Japanese arts of, you know, those Asian dragons, if you know what I mean. Oh, and this is supposed to go on top of it. It's like a little display thing. So yeah. This ugly son of a gun here, this is my first ceramics project from last year. It's supposed to be a chambered Nautilus, but he came out a little deformed. His little hat head thing comes off. It's supposed to have candy inside, but I thought it probably wasn't a good idea to keep sticky candy inside this thing. So it kind of just sits here as a reminder to, you know, where I started from stuff. This I made as my finals project for the end of ceramics last year. It's, as you can see, it's a dragon skull. One of the horns I chopped off on purpose. Dragon skull with a little sword in it. This isn't ceramics, this is just a little toy bug I found and I stuck in his mouth for craps and giggles. Of course, we have a little vine that kind of wraps around, one vine that kind of just goes into his eye socket, because why not? This is a little random piece of bismuth that I bought from a store. I thought it looked really cool, lodged in the back of his skull there. So I kind of lied about that one. That was my second project for last year's ceramics class. This is my first project for last year's ceramics class. I put it in our art show. I called it the Sea Shoe because it's modeled after a little, hold on. It's modeled after those Converse shoes. Shove that back in there. It's modeled after those Converse shoes, as you can see. And I decided to do an ocean theme. There's a little starfish right here. A little sea anemone. These little tubular dudes. It's not great. It looks kind of ugly, to be honest, but I like it a lot. I've always been into, like, the ocean and stuff like that, so I thought it looks nice displayed against all these little seashells I found at the beach. In between this project and this project was this one that I made. It was this one, and then this one. So this was our project was to make an art palette, you know, that you put paint inside, so that's why it's slightly hollowed out there, but I've been using it for paper clips and stuff. I based this one off of a very specific character from one of my currently favorite book series. I'd be surprised if someone in the comment section can guess the name of this character. It's a very obscure book series, not many people know about it. And finally, we have these goobers. Each of them have a story. So after the art palette here, our object near the end of last year's was to make a bust. And I thought it'd be cool to make a bust of Mad Hatter. I made him a little too small, and as you can see, the glue between his head right here, that's because while I was making him, his head was separate from his body, because I'm kind of an idiot, and I tried to stick it on, and it cracked off. So we had to fire the head and the body separately. And see, if I turn him over here, he's hollow, just like me. That's a little plastic tube my dad stuck in there so the head would actually stick on. Shout out to my dad, who's great at craftsmanship, stuff like that. But, you know, the little hair spaghetti noodles, I used a tool to do that. His little purple eye there. That was pretty difficult to do. The point is that I try to make him like the Mad Hatter from the 2000s version of Alice in Wonderland, the ultra realistic one. I grew up with that one. Most people from the 1980s kind of hate that movie, but I grew up with it. I still enjoy it to this day. This goober. So, this year's ceramics class, after I had finished making another ceramics project that I just decided to give up on. I know I probably shouldn't give up on stuff like that. I got bored and I just wanted to put a bunch of random stuff together, so I made like a tree kind of thing, and I stuck something that's kind of like a TV on top of it, stuck a few tentacles in it, and I thought to myself, what the heck even is this supposed to be? Because even I don't really know. I mean, obviously it's supposed to be a TV on a tree, a few little tentacles holding it together, weird little antenna things, and I thought, hey, this kind of looks like a weird core kind of, it's surrealist art, in my opinion. I guess this kind of looks like ugly modern art. So, you know, I guess, yeah, it's not that great, but it kind of looked like something that would be like in Everywhere at the End of Time, like, oh, you remember TV, but see, it's all warped and crap and stuff. And the final one is this chess piece right here. So last year in ceramics class, we had a project where the idea was to make a food item that, well, it was just to make a food item out of ceramics and stuff. And I got the ingenious idea to make a cake that looked like a chess piece. So this was actually supposed to have another half to it, and the idea was that this and the other half of the chess piece, one was going to be black and the other was going to be white, and you could open it up and it would have little cake filling stuff in it. But that project slowly, like, I couldn't get it done fast enough, and the clay started to dry out on me and stop absorbing water. So after it was fired, it kind of just, actually no, the piece itself with the dry clay, the bisque, as what it's called, kind of sat in my cubbyhole for a little while until this year's ceramics class, and I decided, hey, why didn't I repurpose this? So I had my teacher, shout out to Mr. Logan, my awesome ceramics teacher, but he got it fired, and I thought, I wasn't sure what I was gonna paint this, since it was missing the other half. And I was like, you know what, why don't I make it look like rust? So Mr. Logan helped me find this red paint that whenever it gets fired, it comes out as this glistening rust color. It's silver and red and stuff. It turned out really cool. So then I brought all pieces home, and together, here, my bad. And together, all three of these, I thought, hey, you know, all three of these, they all kind of go together in some way. Like, imagine, you know, The Caretaker, Just a Burning Memory, but like it's Alice in Wonderland instead. I know the TV isn't really specific to Alice in Wonderland, but I just thought in my head that a lot of weird core culture kind of stuff has to do with like those old RayTube TVs. So that's the only other reason why I thought this fit in there between the chess piece and, of course, this oddly terrifying Mad Hatter. Very last thing I have to show off, the very last thing I have to show off is this little thing where the lid doesn't even come off, which was my fault. After that realistic food project that I had forgotten about, the idea for the next one was to make a pot. Just a pot. And I was like, hey, what if I make a pot based off of Laputa from Castle in the Sky, because that's one of my favorite Studio Ghibli movies. So that's exactly what I did. Got the little green roots growing out there. And it would be functional. I'm glad it's hollow on the inside because it's light. But it would be functional if I didn't have the lid on while it was being fired. So now the glaze kind of just stuck it to the rest of the thing. And you know what? I'm not complaining. It's more of a, you can't really fit much in here anyway. And I'm already using enough of my ceramics pieces. I already have enough places to put my pens. As an artist, I don't need more pens. Like, look at this. Pens. 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 You get the idea. Anyways, as for this part, before it got fired, I rolled up a bunch of little balls and I stacked them on top of here to look like that giant tree that sits on top of the castle. But, to my surprise, they were gone whenever Mr. Logan got done firing the piece. And according to him, he said that because I didn't slip and score it into the clay, they kind of just fell off as they, you know, heated and dried. So that's my fault. I'm still not that great at ceramics, but I like keeping it as a reminder. And of course, I think my favorite part about this one is that some parts of it glow kind of like a bluish color, because each one of those windows I was trying to put like some blue glaze so it looked like the light part, like, you know, the blue light coming out of the windows in that one scene. Anyways, that's all I got for today. For my next video in the future, I'll be showing off what I've been drawing in my sketchbook over the past few years that I haven't been on YouTube. And the only reason why that is because I was maybe about 15 when I started like posting those little quick drawings in that cringy intro from you know, like, it just sounded like a 2010s all kind of intro. I know it was cringe, But, you know, high school and driving and life's pretty much been in the way. So now that I have little free chances more often to, you know, show some stuff off, maybe I'll do more time-lapse videos of me drawing, but I don't know. We're just gonna have to see where life goes. Eventually in the future, I thought it'd be fun to do some story time animating, but I don't know. That depends on what God has planned for me in the future, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, that's about it. I still can't get over this. I'm really proud of this one. I don't know why. I just think it's one of the best ones it is. Of course, that going along with this one. Also forgot to mention, if you're wondering how I did this little graffiti thing here, I used my yellow and blue little spray paint Posca markers. Oh man. Anyways, blue one right here. And I outlined it with, you know, like pen and stuff like that. I don't know how easy it is for this to come off though. Little side tangent here, you're probably wondering why I have an EVVX card surrounded by this nonsense. Not really nonsense. Long story short, my friend made me buy this card off of them for $15. But when I looked it up how much it was at home, Google told me it was like $5, $12 on Amazon. Not Amazon, but like eBay and some stuff. But when she looked it up at school and I came to like talk to her about that, she looked it up and it came up as like a 3-digit number for a price, and I was like, actually no, 2-digit number for a price, and I was like, what the heck? So I don't know. It's like, it's a mystery. Should I have not paid that much? Should I have paid more? I don't know. Anyways, happy Halloween, everybody. Goodbye. Actually, no, not really happy Halloween, because that was yesterday. Anyways, you get the idea. Bye.